Welcome back to SouFLoTV again, family. It is your host with the most. If you've not been here before, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please. Click the bell next to the subscribe button so you are notified every time a video goes up on SouFLoTV. This is going to be one of the short videos because people have been asking for shorter videos. Somebody linked us this morning and said, please do a research, find out if this is true. Did they actually catch the person who did it? Okay, story first. Not too long ago, Jamaica was jolted by something that happened recently. So a gunman shot up a taxi that was carrying other people and children coming from school. In the process, two young boys, age 7 and age 9, who were on their way home from school because this is their chartered taxi that takes them to school and from school on a daily basis. That car was shot up. Those two young boys, along with another person who was an adult, who they said was the target, all were killed. So it was a triple murder situation involving two innocent children. Of course, you had Prime Minister Andrew Holness speaking about how things need to change. He even said that he is looking at the death penalty as something that is very necessary at this moment. He's having a different look at it. We did our research and we found out that he can't bring the death penalty back to Jamaica because the law lords in the UK who govern Jamaica and its laws says Jamaica should do away with hanging because it is inhumane. So even though the Prime Minister was bolstering, that's just for show, right? But every time something like this happens or something tragic happens, everybody talks about death penalty and then it gets swept under the rug and they go back to life as usual. There were a lot of other prominent people who came out and spoke in the media about the situation, whether they were looking for, how should we call it now, photo op and some kind of a political brata to use to their advantage or whatever. It was still a terrible situation that happened and it left a lot of people in shock. With that being said, today the headline says a person of interest was nabbed in the Saltspring triple murder shooting involving kids. This was posted this morning at Jamaica Loop News. Shout out to Loop News. And it said person of interest relative to the November 6th, 2023 triple murder in Salt Spring, St. James, which tragically included two schoolboys among the victims, has been apprehended by the security forces. In what is being hailed as a display of Jamaica Constabulary Forces' diligence and commitment, in tandem with support from its law enforcement partners, a breakthrough was made in the pursuit of the persons of interest on Friday. In a release, the police said from 3:30 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on Friday, a coordinated intelligence-led operation was carried out in Barnett Street in St. James, which ended with the apprehension of this person of interest. Now, when they say coordinated intelligence-led, simply means they had information leading them to this location that the individual that is suspected of being involved in this situation was there, and they carried out their raids and they found the target. Now, the release said that the detailed operation, a joint effort between Jamaica Constabulary Force and the Jamaica Defense Force, which is our soldiers and our police working together, targeted a guest house in Barretttown. The police said a joint team of security personnel swiftly entered the premises and conducted a comprehensive search, resulting in the person of interest being found and detained without any issues. The individual is now in police custody and is said to be contributing to the ongoing investigations relative to the triple murder. Contributing could simply mean they did not do it, but they have knowledge of who did. So they are giving information to the police, or it could simply mean they are back there confessing, telling the police that they did do it and they are right and the reason why they did do it. We don't know yet we'll continue to wait for more information to come about. But during that operation, a maintenance worker at the guest house was also detained pending further investigations. Now, what you must remember is shortly after the incident happened, where the children tragically lost their lives on their way from school, the entire parish was put under state of emergency, or SOE, right? And under the state of emergency, a lot of people are always brought into custody, sitting in custody, waiting to be tried for something. A lot of Jamaicans in these areas who keep getting put under state of emergency, a lot of them hate it. And the reason they hate it is because, the charge of them get picked up off of the road and they're locked up. And it's a period in which their rights are pretty much suspended. So there you are sitting in lockup. And if nothing comes back, they can let you out in about a month or so and just give you a pat on the back and say, okay, go on about your business. Well, I was in custody for a month. I lose my job. I couldn't go to work, etc., etc. That's the negative side of it. The positive side of it, though, is that law-abiding tax-paying citizens have been reporting that nothing has happened in their area since the state of emergency has been put in place, which means it works, but it only works temporarily, right? So here it is in the same area, state of emergency is now in full effect. So this could also be a case of them randomly picking up a bunch of people, locking them up, trying to make something stick. We don't know. But they said that it was intelligence that led them to this individual, meaning they were on his trail a long time ago from information they were getting from the public. The release said that the operation was executed with the utmost professionalism, concluded without any incident. Nobody got hurt. Amid national outrage of the incident in which an individual callously sprayed a taxi cab full of passengers with bullets from a high-powered rifle, killing 2 primary school students and an adult who was said to be the target that they actually wanted. When it happened, the Prime Minister Andrew Holness gave a directive to the security forces, and he said, "Uno must find him." Now, the Prime Minister giving an order to the security forces, of course, they're going to take that to heart, right? This is the Prime Minister. Andrew Holness said that persons in the community knew who was the attacker, and the security forces should make sure that he is found, as nothing less would be accepted within the overall circumstances of the really disturbing development. In other words, turn over everything, work with the residents. They know who did it. And here we are, someone is in custody. Now, I was asked to check it out and verify. I can verify that someone is in custody. What I cannot verify is this the person who actually pulled the trigger, sprayed that taxi with that high-powered rifle, killing that adult who was said to be the target, and those 2 children who never had nothing to do with nothing. End of the day, let's put it like this. Let's hope that this is the person for real. And if it's not, let's hope that this person knows where the actual trigger man is. It's a sad situation. Jamaica experience killings pretty much every single day, to the point where people are numb. But it's always shocking when children are caught in the crossfire. Whoever did this has no care for human life, simply because they wanted one particular person, and it was said that they were trailing this person, and they watched this person get in the taxi, and then they sprayed the taxi with bullets. That tells me that a known taxi that carries children to and from school, this person is so cold, they didn't care if the taxi was filled with children coming from school. Person like this goes without words and saying should not be out in public amongst regular people. This is an animal that needs to be caged. We'll leave it right here. Like I said, let me say it again. I can confirm that someone is in custody based on the news, but I cannot confirm if this is the person who actually pulled the trigger. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Tell me what you think about this one, and I will catch you on the next video. It's SouFLoTV. I'm out. Peace.